Hi, I'm Alicia Foxworth. You're watching REHOBOTH for you. In case you weren't there, we're at the Brooklyn Natural Hair Expo, speaking with the founder of this event, Candace Kelley, and kinky, curly, coily me, Janelle Stewart, blogger extraordinaire. We're talking to product vendors with solutions for helping you manage your natural hair. So don't go away when we come back. More right here on REHOBOTH.
So I'm here with Candace Kelley, founder and organizer of Let Your Hair Down Expos, and we are here now for the Brooklyn Natural Hair Expo in Williamsburg. Miss Kelley, great show.
Why, thank you so much. I'm trying to enjoy it myself. I just got a breather. Even though the cake is gone, I can still shop around. I'm having a good time myself.
Yes, I see you're also enjoying the products of your vendors. You're wearing one of the House of Swag t-shirts.
I've got the House of Swag on right here. Yes, I do. I ordered it. I told her I was ordering it. I got it. I knew this was going to make my day. Yes, I do.
And that makes up for no cake.
Yes, it makes up for no cake.
So you had a great show, and we also enjoyed Miss Stewart, Kinky Curly Coily Me.
I was talking to somebody and they said, I had to be here because Janelle has helped me so much. So it's amazing to hear all of these women who connect online, and then you really get to see a person. It's always just nice to touch and talk to somebody. Even though her YouTube videos are great, it's great to take a picture with her in the picture booth or just see her in person. It's fun, and she does a great job putting herself out there, not with just the hair, but with beauty and with her weight too, her before and after pictures. So she's done some great things. She really has.
I look at people walking around, and I talk to a couple of people, and they feel so free to express themselves as women of African descent, as black women, as women with thick hair, no matter what their ethnicity might be. What was your inspiration in creating these expos?
Well, it all started because there was a time where I was natural in the 80s where nobody was really doing anything. So then fast forward when it became a big boom, I decided to do my own hair care line, but I realized that education was what really women wanted. So I started having seminars, not just about my product, but about every product and styles. And then it eventually became networking and empowerment seminars. In fact, the next event that I'm going to do, it's going to be about hair, but we're also going to have some empowerment seminars for growing businesses. Because yes, we can talk about hair all day long, but if I'm going to gather thousands of black women, we might as well talk about something more too. You know what I mean? So many business women owners, most of them here, so many people who want to get into being a blogger or having their own line. I try to teach. That's what I really like to do.
When you start talking about business, I'm looking at the hair care industry, and we find that a lot of other ethnic groups are predominating this industry. A lot of Asian owned businesses are selling product to African Americans. By having our natural hair, what will that do, in your opinion, to the shape of the industry?
Well, I think that it opens up so many doors. And when women see that we own this, we own this. You know what I mean? There wasn't, and there could be an Asian or a white person involved, who knows? But there wasn't. You know what I mean? And when we own this, it makes people feel a certain way, like maybe I can own something too. Maybe black women or women will come to my table, so let me try something out. I have a couple people who it's their first time out. They were so excited to be able to showcase their wear. Because again, it's more about the hair, it's about the beauty industry. And so long, we've been told and culturally just kind of guided to think that our hair is not right. And we believe the hype for a little bit. Now it's so liberating because these women feel so empowered because they can be themselves. And once you start being yourself to yourself, then you start being yourself to the world, and it really changes things. I can't believe it's about hair, but it is, and it's done so much.
I'm looking at so many other entrepreneurs that have also started with your same inspiration, like Carol's daughter. And she is now so popular that her product is sold and purchased by people of all ethnic backgrounds. So what are we going to be seeing? Because as people grow, there has to be a demand amongst the whole marketplace for their products. What are we going to be seeing in the future, do you think, in the industry?
I think that when it comes to curly, I have found that a lot of white women who are curly too, they feel somewhat discriminated against in their communities. So I've had several events where I've had white women come and they tell me stories about how they've tried to convince their black girlfriend to go natural. I'm like, oh really? It's funny. So they're hip to it. And I think that they understand that not only this is just a black thing, but if white women or no, Asian women aren't curly, but if white women or different ethnicities are curly, they strongly identify. It's a shame that, just because your hair is curly or looks a little different or thick, that you feel kind of marginalized by it. But not so much anymore, really. When you look around, you see people want to be who they are, and they don't care what other people think. And that's the beauty of this. And some women, they come here not only to learn hairstyles, but to build up their confidence and be reminded that, okay, I can do this. When you look at all these styles, oh, you can do it. You can do it 2,000 different ways.
There's so much about, it's starting with mine, see the crown, see the crown. There's so much about black culture that people like to embrace. What do you think about the fact that a lot of Asian cultures overseas are now starting to get weaves done to their hair or processed hair to look like kinky hair that black people have?
I think it says a lot about the business, not just in terms of hair, but in terms of the entertainment community. Because when you do have a Kim Coles or a Solange or who was the woman who was nominated for an Oscar, but when they start wearing their natural hair like that, Whoopi Goldberg, and before that she was nominated for,
Viola Davis.
There we go. So they take the cue from that world. And it's a shame, but they take it and they run with it. So I think that has a lot to do with how black women are feeling empowered by all of what's going on in the trenches to wear their hair natural. They've taken cues from all these women here, and I think that in itself turns and spreads a message to those people who are overseas. Once you put something in, imagine if Beyonce went natural. Seriously, half of China would be like, how can I get that? Seriously. So, the entertainment industry, it does help, move a lot of things. When Lauryn Hill was out there in her locks and, Whoopi Goldberg, I remember being natural in the 80s and thinking, I'm so glad they're big, because I felt lonely. I'd be the only one at my office. But then they came out and I was like, oh, good.
And India Ari.
And India Ari, exactly. You do kind of feel like, oh, gosh, I'm the only one. But it's good to have that support.
Well, thanks to you, we are not the only ones rocking our natural hair.
Hey, listen, and thanks to everybody, because we all kind of feed off of each other. And I just want to say that Kim Coles is going to be, I'm a journalist by trade, I'm a playwright, and she's going to be in an off-Broadway play called Supernatural. It's about natural hair journeys. It's like the Vagina Monologues, but about hair. And it's gotten some great reviews, and we're very excited. So hope to see you there.
Looking forward to it. But thank you so much, Ms. Kelley.
I appreciate it.
So now we're at Nefta's Head Wraps, and Nefta's going to demonstrate for us how she wraps a customer's hair with her beautiful fabrics. So let's take a look. Beautiful, isn't it? So that was beautiful. I loved watching that whole process.
Thank you for this for the moment, but we have fun doing it.
Well, how long have you been doing this, and is this an ancient practice with head wraps, or is this something that, young women just like when they want to have a bad hair day?
What's beautiful about this this art form is that it does have traditional ties. In almost every country around the world, there's some form of head wrap, and so it does have, in the ages of antiquity, it definitely has traditional roots to it and cultural roots to it. And then we've been able to bring it into the mainstream and make it very contemporary for the young ladies and the older ones. So it's really nice, for women who are either wearing it for religious reasons, covering their hair for religious reasons, or because of their religious, I can't even hear myself, or for fashion statement, or if they lost their hair from chemo, or they just had a bad hair day. The beautiful part about it is it's a diversified way of adorning ourselves uniquely.
And this is so uniquely us, you know?
Yes, yes.
People probably come to you because they want something that really relates to them personally.
Us, we want to wrap our hair, but we don't trust that we can do it a certain way. Like there's a way that is the right way or the wrong way, and it really isn't. So it's about trusting ourselves and being creative and just, just allowing that to come through. And it's wonderful.
So tell us about your clothing line.
This is, my clothing line is called Simply Netfa. This is Simply Free Woman. And we make holistic clothing for women. And we're using all natural materials, cotton, linen, wool. And a lot of our pieces are free flowing, so, and free size. So we don't have a lot of constriction on it. A lot of it's very loose and fluid, just like we need for our body type. So we've been doing it for 22 years. Yeah. And it's just been very well received. Very well received.
So we're beautiful not only on top, but all the way to our toe.
So from head to toe, yes.
Nepta, thank you so much for being on our show.
All right, okay.
A lot of the natural hairstylists here today talk about the way to grow beautiful hair is to eat better.
You need to be healthy, and if you got to be healthy, then you got to put the right things in your body, you know? Yeah, so natural juices, that fits right in with everything that goes on right here, that's going on right here, right now.
I was taking a look at your menu. I see you have a lot of cleanses, a lot of juice cleanses. Is that something people are starting to pay more attention to?
I mean, that's a way of life, and if you want to live, you know, for a long time and healthy while you're alive, then you need to go that way, you know? You got to go that way. Processed food won't do anything good for you. You have to eat natural, keep yourself natural, and
wear your hair natural. What is your best-selling smoothie at your Punchline Juice Bar?
Actually, any given day, anything could be the best seller because everything is that nice. So, I mean, the number one selling juice is, I'll say the Crown Heights, which is a protein shake. It's an energy shake. You know, we don't have it here today because we're keeping it more smoothies and, you know, fresh squeeze. But the Crown Heights, I'm going to say, is the most popular.
Very popular drink. Very good. A lot of bodybuilders use that.
I mean, everybody.
Women trying to grow their hair.
You won't believe the clientele for the Crown Heights. That's name it, from little kids go right up. Everybody have the Crown Heights. You know, it's packed with all the good stuff, spirulina, you know, pumpkin seed, a lot of stuff. It's a protein shake, basically.
Okay, but if it's so good, I don't see you drinking anything. You're working so hard today. What are we tasting here today?
I'm trying to keep everybody else, you know, quenched. You know, I'm trying to keep everybody else quenched right now. So yeah, but we doing our thing. We making like fresh squeeze. We using berries, wild berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, stuff like that. Stuff that is high in antioxidant, you know, stuff like that. You know, keep us going. Keep us going. Yeah, I see the people accepting it. They enjoying themselves. They keeping the line long. You know, so that's a good thing. All right. Yeah.
So you're right there on Nostrand by Sterling Place.
Yeah, I'm on Nostrand between Parker and Sterling.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Well, we're gonna have to stop on by the Punchline Smoothies and Juice Bar.
Soon, and once you stop by, you ain't gonna stop coming by because we're that good.
They're that good. All right. Thanks a lot, Marlon.
All right, we appreciate it. All right.
I got big hair and I just don't care. I'm at the House of Swag with Tony. Hello.
Hey, Alicia, how are you?
I am doing just fine, and congratulations on a great show.
Thank you so much.
I love your big hair.
Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Tell us about the House of Swag. How long have you been in business?
House of Swag has been in business for about 3 years, and we are a premium brand of fashion tees. So we do t-shirts, but we're more than t-shirts. We're fashion.
And your t-shirts celebrate black women and black hair.
Absolutely, all day, every day. Everything is geared toward women who rock natural curls, kinks, coils, and waves. Yes.
Now, does that also include Caucasians with really thick hair as well?
Absolutely. Any multicultural, we're all about big hair with street flair. That's it. That's
big hair with street flair. I like that.
Yes.
So what are you guys really selling out of? Because the last time I saw you at the Real Sisters of the Diaspora, you were selling out rather quickly. What's selling today?
We're going to say today that Real Chicks Rock Natural. So basically, this is our hottest seller today. It's our Real Chicks Rock Naturals. No matter what color we do this shirt in, let me just tell you, they love it, okay? So we remixed it for the trend starting with spring. Everybody's doing the whole camouflage thing, right? We wanted to make it a little chic. But even though it's chic, we still wanted to represent what? That hair, street flair. So that's what we wanted to do, and this is basically our best seller. Yes.
Fantastic. So I know you got a lot of new designs coming out. What do you think we're going to be seeing more of over the summer? Are you in the studio drawing, or how are you?
A lot of what we're doing right now is we were doing big fros, but we're getting lots of requests for locked hair and braids. So you'll see a lot more braids. We're gonna do a remix hint on Josie and the Pussycats. The sister that was on Josie and the Pussycats, we're gonna represent her with the big hair. So look for that. I know that's gonna be a winner.
That sounds exciting. Thank you, Tony. I have Janelle Stewart here with me today at the Brooklyn Natural Hair Expo. You know her as Kinky Curly Coily Me. And Janelle, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you so much for having me and being a part of this awesome expo here in Brooklyn, New York.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you have millions of bloggers talking with you online all the time. What are some of the main concerns that you find really are impacting them in their hair?
Well, one of the things that happens that I guess a lot of newly naturals experience is once they make the decision to go natural, they don't know how to do it. Should I transition or should I big chop? And then for those who made the decision and they either transitioned or they big chop, they're like, what do I do now? How do I keep my hair moisturized? What do I do for styles? What products do I use? What regimen should I create? It's like the questions go on and on and on.
I mean, it must take you back to when we were little girls and our mothers did our hair natural, and here all of a sudden now we no longer know how to do our hairs. What is the cause of that?
Well, I think for a lot of us, when our mothers were doing our hair, they themselves had a little bit of difficulty managing our natural hair. A lot of mothers, my mother included, she resorted to the relaxer. She relaxed my hair. I was about maybe 6 or 7, and her reason was because my hair was very thick and very luscious, and it still is.
Very luscious.
Yes, thank you. But her main thing was, I don't really know how to manage it that well without causing pain to you. It was hurting, girl. It was hurting. So she did the relaxer. And because I was relaxed from a younger girl to my adulthood, I forgot how to take care of my hair. So we have to relearn everything, every single intricate detail, so that we know how to do it and take care of it and manage it and style it and feel confident when we walk outside.
Well, I know you also talk about health from the inside out. You're wearing green today because you're doing a workshop on green smoothies. How perfect. So tell us, why do we need to be so conscious of our health for our hair?
Okay, well, we need to be conscious of our health for our bodies and our health in general. So we need to be aware of what we're eating, what we're putting on our skin, and in return, one of the benefits outside of looking slim and trim, having gorgeous skin, is beautiful hair. It's one of the many benefits of taking care of our bodies. So while some women may not be motivated enough to take care of their bodies for health concerns, they know they have maybe some genetic health concerns or some physiological thing that has been onset by a bad diet. They may not be motivated by that, but you say, if you do this, your hair will grow. They get motivated. They're like, really? If I take my vitamins, my hair will grow? Yes, girl. And everything else will benefit. So if that's the motivation, that's the motivation.
We are definitely a little superficial over here.
Yes, hair is important to us. As women, it's always been important to us. From young girls to adults, hair is an important part of our life, of our beauty. And this is not new. It's not an American thing. It's not the 20th century thing. This is forever. Egyptian princesses, queens. Hair has always been great. Even in Roman times, the men, hair has always been a beautiful thing for everyone. It's always been something we've been conscious about. But now I think for African American women and women of color, we're now embracing the natural side of our hair, because we've always loved our hair. We would relax it, we would get it weaved up, we would get the extensions put in to accentuate our look and to accentuate our beauty. But now we're embracing the natural hair that comes out of our head now.
Well, I certainly love your crown, my sister.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for being on our show.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you for taking the time to interview me. I appreciate that.
Looking forward to that next blog.
All right, no problem.
So I'm here at Davidson Styling, and Candace has awarded a free hairstyle to our good friend Janelle.
Hi, yes, Janelle.
Congratulations. So you're getting your hair done by Candace. How do you like your style?
Well, I haven't seen it as yet, but I'm sure it will be a wonderful style.
Oh, so it's a surprise. You don't know what she's doing up there.
Surprise.
Oh, okay. A very trusting customer, and we like those kinds of customers. So how long have you been doing natural hair?
Oh gosh, I've been doing natural hair for about 2 years now.
Do you like this better than processed and weaves? And
I actually do, because you don't have the chemicals that you have to deal with, so it's much easier, and it's easier to please clients.
wow, that's fantastic. So you guys are here at the Natural Hair Expo. How has the show been for you?
It's been fantastic. I've captured a lot of clients, a lot of nice people. I've met a lot of nice people, and people are really looking for stylists. So it's been very good for me and very good for everyone else as well.
I would agree. Tell us about what you're wearing in your hair, Candace.
I'm wearing a 2-strand twist. The front is twisted out, the back is flat twisted to my head.
Girl, I ain't mad at you. You're looking good.
Each of my girls are styled. My sister has a 2-strand twist. Sabrina has a Bantu knot out with the gold earrings. And her twin sister, yes, they are twins. And she has a rotted set.
Me love it. Me love it. Candace, you are very talented.
Thank you.
Where are you guys located?
I'm in New Jersey.
New Jersey!
Yes, New Jersey, but I do travel. I do hair parties. And if the hostess has 5 or more clients, she gets a complimentary hairstyle. Yes.
Uh-oh, that sounds like a plan. Candace, thanks for being on our show today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime. And you keep it going, Janelle. Get that free hairstyle, girl.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful shampoo bars, a Rasul clay bar, and an essentially delicious shampoo bar. So you got one that has your good herbs for your hair, and the other has the oils, the essential oils for your hair. And I also have body butters and soaps and body whips and shower gels and sugar scrubs, everything that gets you ready for spring.
Now, you said something about those whips. Now, the whips, I take it, are for skin, or can they also be used in one's hair?
Yes, I have been asked that, and yes, I actually do it. But since I was asked, somebody asked me to make the hair butter just specifically for the hair, so I did design that. So that's why I have that here. But when I run out of my hair butter, I use my body whip and my body butter for my hair. Yes, yes.
Now, is the butter just for twists, or can we just moisturize our hair with the butter?
It's a daily moisturizer. I also use it for 2-strand twists, and I know some of my friends, they've been using it to relock their twists. Yes.
Very nicely done. Now, why is it that we have to have these natural products? I mean, what is it about conventional products that are on the market today that is causing us to move in this direction?
That is a very good question. When I had my son and everything, I started to be a little more of a conscious consumer, reading the ingredients, and when I started to realize I didn't recognize what some of these words were, and I started to research, and I found out they were harmful to our bodies. So that's what I said. Let me just start researching and making some things for my family, and friends liked it, and now here I am.
And here you are today. Are you? Do you have online presence?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm at naturaluniqueshop.com.
Nice. And are you also in some brick and mortar stores as well?
Not just yet, but I'm working on it. That's the next step. Yes.
You are already moving in the right direction, I must say. Congratulations. Have a great show. Okay, Jennifer. If you're looking for a good time, you need to talk to T. Tyler, because T. Tyler talks online. And we're right here with her today at the Natural Hair Expo in Brooklyn, New York. Miss Tyler, thank you for being on Rehoboth for You.
Thank you so much for having me. I love the show.
Oh, well, you are so kind. So listen, tell me about T. Tyler Talks Online. What's that about?
Well, I kind of consider it a ride through like the hot topics of the week. We do some celebrity interviews, some author and athlete interviews, whoever's in the news. And then we kind of do some analysis and commentary on what's going on. So whether it's the Boston Marathon bombing, I've had on conspiracy theorists, I've had on White House people, and everything, anything from politics to peanuts. We've even talked about peanuts. So yes, it runs the gamut. Our audience gets involved. They love to get on the email and immediately tell me what's going on, or text me what they feel. So it's an interactive show, but I love it. I love it. We've been doing it since 2009. So
that is so cool. Well, let's talk about some of those hot topics, because there's a lot of things out there we need to address, not the least of which is whether or not Kim Kardashian and Kanye should get married. What do you think?
I think they should absolutely get married, only because I think they put the cart before the horse and the pregnancy first. Everybody knows I'm a Christian. But yeah, so I believe that they should get married. It's the right thing to do.
Right thing to do. Well, you know, that is so cool of you. But when it comes to conspiracy theories, a lot of people think that Superstorm Sandy back in November of 2012 was a government motivated storm. Do you think the government is behind some of these wild storms we've been having the last few years?
Well, I think they like to blame a lot of stuff on Barack Obama. But I don't think, you know, they say that he's some kind of coming, but I don't think he's good enough to bring a storm. So, you know, there's always some little thing that makes, you know, I have these conspiracy theorists that email me, you know, clips and things. There is always a little something that says, okay, you know, he could be right, but, you know, what can you do? They thought that the Newtown shooting was
another terrorist attack or government motivated.
And they'll send around things that show the parents of Newtown, and you know they really weren't parents. Here they're government employees or something like that. So you know there's always a conspiracy theory going around, and Superstorm Sandy, I'm sure, was not.
Well, here's the most important thing, because you know if you want to have a good time, you got to go find T. Tyler. And I'm checking out this fly top you got on, girl. You look like you're going to the club, like you're ready to get down. I ain't mad at you. So what do you do for a good time? Let us know before we close out.
I talk. That's all I do. I'm a talker. I have been since I was a baby. I've always been a talker. And I guess that's why I started the radio show. And this is what I find fun. When I was trying to think of what it is that I do and what am I passionate about, I said, what is it that comes easy and natural to me? And it was talking.
Well, I certainly enjoy talking to you, my sister.
Thank you, and I to you.
And you know what? If you want to know more about T. Tyler, just visit ttyleronline.com.
I've suffered with skin issues ever since I was 8 years old. And I have a lot of acne scarring and things like that. And when I started researching ingredients in common cosmetics, I was shocked that a lot of things are labeled as skin irritants. This causes eczema. This causes dermatitis. And I was just like, so that's what's been going on with me all these years. So you can go online and check out our page, look at our ingredients. You can link to my blog where I've done just short papers on different types of ingredients and what they do to the skin. And you can go to like the FDA's website and the CIR's website and check out ingredients for yourself.
Popular one, our signature flagship sandwich, if you will. This one is potato based. It comes with tamarind and date chutneys, green apple chutneys, and then topped with chickpea flakes and carrots too. We also have an eggplant based sandwich, a quinoa based sandwich, and a sweet potato based one too.